we should go on the oops concept. Yeah, encapsulation. There are four pillars of oops concept. There are the four pillars. The four pillars are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. Encapsulation. It's the wrapping up of data and code together as a single unit. The main goal is to protect data from unauthorized access and maintain control over how data is modified. It performs as private access modifiers for variables and public getter and setter to access and update the value. Abstraction is hiding complex implementation details and showing only the essential features of the object. It reduces complexity and increases efficiency. It uses abstract classes and interfaces for respective. Inheritance. The class can inherit properties and methods from another class. It promotes code reusability and establish a relationship between classes by using extend keyword. Polymorphism is the ability of object to take many forms due to due and by one inheritance and multiple inheritance. It allows one inheritance for a general class or of action can be done. It can be done in two ways. It can be done in two ways: compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Now moving on to the next topic, we will be throwing a view on constructors and methods. Constructors are special methods. They are special methods used to initialize the objects. They are used to initialize the objects as the name as the same name as they have the same name as the name of the class and is having the return and having no return type. They are having the same name as the name of the class without having the return type. The constructor can be differentiated as default constructor and parameterized constructor. There are two types of constructors such as default constructors and parameterized constructors. The key features are automatically the key features. Here it describes. Here we will come to the key features. It says automatically called when object of the class is created. They are automatically called when object of the class is created. It is used to initialize, used to set initial value. It is used to set initial value or initialize the value. It is used to set initial value for object attributes. For object attributes, it is used to set the initial values. And you have multiple constructors with different parameters, and you can have multiple constructors. There can be multiple constructors which are having different parameters. So depending upon the difference in parameters, the constructor can be differentiated. The constructor can be differentiated among themselves depending upon the difference in their parameters. In constructor with different parameters and parameterized, that is parameterized in constructor with different parameters, parameterized, one can go for overloading. We can go for overloading with the difference in parameters matching, which are with, suppose if they are different in the constructor that matches due to the difference in their parameters, the constructor can be overloaded. The constructor can be overloaded due to the dependence in their parameters matching. Now here we are performing a task. Now let's perform a task. Here we are performing a task of creating a student class with parameters and default constructor. With parameters, we are creating a class of performing parameters and default constructor. Here in this class, let's see it. Here in this class, there is a class student class. Here the field attributes are name, age, and ID. Name, age, and student ID. And the default constructor. Student is the default constructor. It has the same name as the name of the class, default constructor. And this dot is used to call the variables of that constructor. The name is unknown. Suppose we are giving the name as unknown. Age dot age as 0, and student ID is not available. We are giving these values, and these are the parameterized constructor. Here the student is the constructor name only, which has the same as the name of the class. And the different parameters are string name, int age, and string student ID. Here dot operator, this dot name equals name, this dot name equals name, and this dot age equals age, and this dot student id equals id. Here we are giving the different parameters, we are initializing the different variables according to the different parameters which we are providing here. Finally we are displaying the different informations as display information. This is a method to display the information method. Yeah, display information. Display info is the method which is displaying the different informations as system.out.println name, system.out.println age, and system.out.println student id. Now main method to test the class. Now main method to test the class. Here using the different default values, default constructor using here it is using default constructor. Student, we are making the student class an object of this constructor, because everything in Java is object. So we are making the object first with the new keyword, and this student is the name. Now student one which is object dot display info, we are calling this method. Yeah, system.out.println, that is we are for moving to the next line. This line is for moving to the next line. Now using parameterize, for parameter you have provided, and now we are again making the object for this class here it is. Yeah, for here for the parameters you have provided for student, for this we are making the object student student 2. We are providing the different parameters as Alice, name, age, and student id. Yeah, and now this one is student 2 dot display info. It is also we are calling this method to display the different informations here also in the same way. Now when we will run this program, we will finding the output. When we will run this program, yeah, very well, we can see that name is unknown, the age is 0, and student id is not available as we have provided here again in the beginning program. Yeah, and student id it is not available. Yeah, and now coming to the parameterized one, where the name is already given, and the age is also given, and the student id is 1 2 3 4 5 we have given now. Yeah, this one the name is also given, age is also given, and the student parameters, these are also given. So it's preventing as respective positions, and all things are shown in their respective positions. Thanks. Now we will meet in the next class now.